There is a metaphor that has comforted humanity for generations. You have likely heard it. It goes like this: religion is a mountain. The Christians are climbing the southern slope. The Muslims are climbing the eastern ridge. The Buddhists, the Hindus, the indigenous tribes, they are all charting their own paths up the rock face. The trails look different. The weather is different. But eventually, they all meet at the exact same summit. It is a beautiful thought. It is peaceful. It sounds deeply enlightened. It is also completely wrong, and believing it is the single biggest mistake we make when we look at the faiths of the world. When we assume that every religion is ultimately trying to answer the same questions, we don't just misunderstand them, we erase them. We strip away their unique architecture, and we replace it with a mirror reflecting only ourselves. Think about how we usually compare belief systems. We set up a mental spreadsheet. Column A, who is their God? Column B, what is their holy book? Column C, who is their founder? Column D, what happens when they die? This framework was largely built in the 19th century by Western scholars who, consciously or unconsciously, used their own religious background, mostly Protestant Christianity, as the universal template.
Who is your creator God?
The universe has no beginning. The question of a creator is irrelevant to ending suffering.
What is your single holy book?
Look at this vast, sprawling ocean of texts. Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, epics, none of which are universally binding on every Hindu.
For much of the world, religion is not about what you think, it is about what you do. It is not orthodoxy, right belief. It is orthopraxy, right practice. If you ask a modern Shinto practitioner in Japan or a member of a Navajo tribe to list their core theological doctrines, they might look at you with confusion. The focus isn't on a list of beliefs you must mentally agree with. The focus is on the ritual, the community, the relationship with the land. What if the religions of the world are not climbing the same mountain? What if they are not even on the same planet? Consider the ultimate goal of Christianity or Islam. Broadly speaking, the goal is salvation. The self, your identity, your soul, is preserved forever. Now, cross the Himalayas, enter the philosophical world of early Buddhism. The problem here is not sin. The problem is suffering. The ultimate goal is nirvana. Nirvana literally means to extinguish, like blowing out a candle. One tradition seeks the eternal preservation of the soul. The other seeks the realization that the soul never existed in the first place. How can we say these are the same summit? We do this because the alternative is deeply unsettling. If all religions are just different paths up the same mountain, then the universe feels safe. It feels orderly. But if they are not on the same mountain, we have to face the existential vertigo of true diversity. We create a designer spirituality, a little bit of mindfulness here, a little bit of karma there, a dash of Christian charity. But in doing so, we rob these traditions of their power. We domesticate them. Religions are not supposed to be comfortable. They are monumental, earth-shattering frameworks of reality. They demand transformation. They ask terrifying questions. Instead of trying to find yourself in the beliefs of the other, try to let the other remain other. Ask instead, what is the problem this system is trying to solve? For the ancient Israelites, the problem was exile. For the Buddha, it was the cycle of suffering. For Confucius, social chaos. You begin to see that human history is not one single mountain. It is a vast, ancient, sprawling map. There are mountains, yes, but there are also deep oceans. There are dense, shadowed forests. To look at the religions of the world with true respect is to acknowledge their radical differences. They are not speaking different dialects of the same language. They are living in entirely different universes of meaning. The real awe comes from realizing how vastly, wildly different the human mind can be when it stands at the edge of the infinite, looks out into the dark, and tries to give it a name. The biggest mistake we can make is thinking our ground is the only ground there is, and the greatest freedom we can find is letting the rest of the world be exactly as strange, as profound, and as different as it truly is.